to the Tuesday night principled Chiro broadcast from DE and Band of Brothers. I'm Dr. Brian Moriarty, your esteemed co-host for tonight's call, and I'm joined by
Emma.
Emma. What's your last name?
Moriarty.
And do you know your address?
3891 Southwest Bimini Circle North.
Correct. Good job. And do you love DE, Emma?
I love DE with Nevaeh.
Oh, with Nevaeh. She's starting her own podcast. Did you know that?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No.
Oh, no. Anything else you want to say? No. Okay. All right. That was good.
But I love Olivia too.
Oh, you love Olivia too. How about our speaker, Dr. Paul? Is he going to be great tonight or what?
Gonna be great.
Yes. So let's make a few announcements before we get to Dr. Paul Blumsack. But we've got DE on the horizon, Emma. Fall DE coming up there October 19th to the 22nd. If my math is correct, I believe that's 3.5 weeks away. Looks like 3 weeks from Thursday. Is that right? Yeah, I think 3 weeks from Thursday, if my math is correct. Our room block deadline is this week, and Fall DE is going to be amazing. You got 4 days with 40 incredible speakers, luncheon by Chiro Futures, student meeting, young doctors meeting, CA classes. It's going to be an incredible DE. Go to lifede.com if for some reason you have not registered for this one in Atlanta at the Atlanta Marriott Northwest. This is also a special DE because we've got the Chiro Cup, the GCC Chiro Cup, Thursday, October 19th, 2023. I'll be there. Team Dynamic Essentials will be defending our title, but that's a 9:30 shotgun on the Thursday before DE. And that Thursday night will start DE. So what a great way to start out. If you're not registered for that, get in there. Chiro Cup, you don't want to miss it. And then we have our upcoming DE. Nevaeh wrote, I love you, Emma. We have our upcoming DEs coming up in January. Did we lose that overlay, Kat? There it is. January in Clearwater, April in Clearwater, and Atlanta for July. Again, lifede.com if you have not registered. If for some reason you don't have a room yet, please contact Kat immediately. The room block does close, I believe, Thursday. So if you have not gotten your room yet, definitely contact Kat. But send her a message on Messenger, and she'll get you set up with a room and get you registered. All right. So we got DE coming up. That's very exciting. We've got a DE speaker on for us tonight. We had a last-minute cancellation, and this guy, like the true servant that he is, stepped right in. And that kind of reminds me of a story about Dr. Paul Blumsack, because at the last DE, we were saying a prayer for Denise Dobbs. And I remember looking out in the crowd, and I felt like I needed to have someone come and help with this and to say the prayer. And I looked at the 300-400 people out there, and it came right to Paul. Like, I just locked eyes with him and I said, Paul, will you lead us in prayer? And he didn't even flinch, jumped out of his seat, jumped on the stage and said, absolutely, I will lead you in prayer for Denise Dobbs. And then afterwards, he goes to me, if you ever need help with a prayer, I'm your guy. I can do it on a moment's notice and I'm ready. And just like that for tonight, on a moment's notice, he's doing the Tuesday night call. And I was just telling him in the background, he's getting really, really good at this speaking thing. I think he's just gotten just so much better in the last couple of years that he has really just developed into an incredible speaker. And I, for one, cannot wait to hear his message. So from Marietta, Georgia, DE speaker and life teacher, give it up for Dr. Paul Blumsack. Take it away, Paul. Love and appreciate you.
Good evening, DE family. Thank you, Brian, for those kind and wonderful words. Appreciate all that you do, all that Kat and Lee do, and all that the DE leadership does. And I don't take this lightly. This opportunity to speak, and I did hesitate at first when Kat sent me this text about 4:45 as we're seeing patients in the practice, and I hesitated for just a second, and I realized, look, if they're asking, then there's something I need to say. And God's going to bless me with a message. It might be a short message, it might be a long message, but God's going to be bless me with a message that I can share with my DE family. I am so grateful for DE. And what comes to heart to me really comes to mind, and this was thrown out probably a month or two ago: the past, the present, the future of chiropractic. And where is it? Where has it been? Where is it currently? And where is it going to go? Uh, and the reality is chiropractic's not going to change. It is not going to change. The principle's not going to change. We're we're going to keep being principal chiropractors. We're going to keep promoting chiropractic and the amazing ability for our body to heal from above down, inside out. We're going to keep promoting that. You're better off without nerve interference or with it. We're just going to keep promoting that families should be checked throughout their life, that every man, woman, and child has the opportunity to be checked for vertebral subluxations and adjusted when necessary. So, regardless of the past, regardless of the present, regardless of the future, that's what we need to focus on, lock in on. We've had great success over the 128 years of chiropractic. And, I am so grateful that, 30 something years ago, a civilian tech rep that I was stationed with over in Okinawa, American guy, used to talk about chiropractic for stress relief. And so that was the first thing I learned about chiropractic was about stress. And then and so this is my past. My past was the message was delivered not about back pain, not about neck pain, not about headaches and migraines and dizziness. And yes, do I see patients like that in my practice? I do. And every time I cringe, I realize I can't, because those people are suffering and need our help, and they've been everywhere else. So the past, my experience in the past was about stress relief. My chiropractor was Eddie Cohen. He was an amazing chiropractor. He was a DE chiropractor. In fact, when I decided to go to chiropractic school, he told me to go to Life University and make sure I go to DE. And he talked about Dr. Sid. And Dr. Sid is here today. He's not just the past, he's not just the present, he's the future of chiropractic, because he did the groundwork for us. So getting the chiropractic school and learning about Dr. Sid and Dr. Umber and Dr. Sigafus and Dr. Satili and Dr. Santo, and so many chiropractors that did the work for us, that laid the foundation for us to where we are currently today. Um, in fact, I think it's even better today than it was, 128 years ago, because we can deliver a better message as long as it comes from our heart, comes from our spirit, comes from innate. We can deliver better message through all kinds of platforms to share the message of chiropractic, share goodwill, share that your life will be better without nerve interference. Your life will be better without subluxations. And, so the president of chiropractic is here with people like Brian Moriarty, who came to DE and his life was changed. People like Steve Judson and Brian Lieberman and Drew Henderson, and Paula Hedgeland and Walter Sanchez, and so many wonderful people. Jamie Weiscover. Jamie, what an amazing individual. People like Alex Rubin, who's our president. They're the president of chiropractic now. And then, I'm looking towards the future, and I am so blessed right now because the future of chiropractic, as far as I'm concerned, me, Paul Blumsack, who not only is a practicing chiropractor, I practice 5 days a week in my practice. I see patients. I see more than a couple of patients a week, but I'm also a Life University clinic doctor. So I have the ability to mentor future chiropractors, people who are looking to make a difference with their hands, to clear the brainstem, to check people for subluxations. And I'm so blessed. I'm 9 years in at Life University, and I've been helping prepare chiropractic with future chiropractors who are now in the field. I bumped into a chiropractor today that actually yesterday, who I mentored 5 years ago, and she's practicing. You know what she's practicing? Chiropractic. She's adjusting people. She's checking people. She's not rubbing people. She's not scraping people. She's not taping people. She's not icing people. She's not heating people. She's adjusting people. You know, I talked to a chiropractor yesterday who's doing the same thing. And, you know, it's even cooler now. I have future chiropractors that just left the university. Some just graduated. Some just moved on to Peak. They are the future of chiropractic. But guess what? They're the future chiropractic promoting the principle. Nothing else but the principle. And some of these chiropractors are going to go work with Tim Zook. Some of these are going to be working with Bobby Braille. I know one of the chiropractors that I mentored a year and a half ago. I think she's now with Liz Moran up in Key West, Florida. So these are people that we promoted the principle to. I promoted the principle to at Life University. I talked to them about chiropractic while they were taking care of patients. I pushed them to understand the ability to check people, locate, analyze, and correct vertebral subluxations, to get them fired up about changing lives with their hands, turning the power on, clearing the brainstem through adjustments. So, you know, for my personal feeling is that whether we've looked at what's going on in the past, what's currently happening in the present, and what's going to happen in the future, it's still all about chiropractic and all about promoting the principle to so many people that don't know what chiropractic is. You know, I've got because chiropractic doesn't change. It hasn't changed in 128 years, other than we're going to deliver a better message. This message that I'm delivering on social media is going to have an impact on someone who's going to get more excited about changing lives with their hands, about coming to DE for the first time because they've been sitting on the fence like I was for a little while. I sat on the fence for a few years and finally realized I got to go back to DE. You know, if you have been sitting on the fence and wondering why you should go to DE, go. Okay, don't log in and watch it virtual. Go live. Show up. I'm going to push you off the fence. Okay, but guess what? I can push and push and push. But if you're hanging on to the fence as long as you can, you're never going to get over to the other side. You're never going to get past your crap that I did when I went to DE. Okay, so just remember this. You've got to step up. You've got to love yourself. You've got to know that you're worthy of making a difference in people's lives. And when you come to DE, you've got to know that regardless of how long it's been since you've been there, regardless if you've never been there before, you're welcome. You're welcome as a friend, but really, more importantly, we welcome you as family. Okay? You are part of our family. And you know what? The best part of DE is you keep coming back. You keep going back. You keep planning ahead, planning for the next DE. But you go and be present in the current DE, and you shed a husk, and then you shed another husk, and you shed another husk, and then you shed another husk. And then you start realizing, you know what? I'm worth it. I'm worthy. I'm special. I am a blessing. I am going to be my authentic self. And you're going to keep working on yourself and working on yourself. And every time you go to DE, you're going to shed a little more. You're going to love yourself a little more while others love you as well. And then you're going to walk back and go, you're going to turn around and go, wow, my life has changed dramatically. My life is so much better than it was. And you know what? I changed lives along the way. That's what happened to me by going to DE and being consistently there and showing up each and every time DE came. In fact, Paul and I already booked our flights for Clearwater in January. I've already asked for time off for April's DE. Earlier today, July's wasn't on the schedule that I saw when I went on. Guess what? Now I'm going to ask for time off for the July DE as well, because I don't want to miss it. I don't want to lose that innate connection that I get every time I go to DE. So if you're on the fence, get off. If you need help, reach out to any one of us. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me, whatever you want. Send a message and say, hey, I'd love to come to DE. I don't know when I should come. And I'd say the next one, which the next one is in 3.5 weeks. 3.5 weeks. We're back at DE. Our family's getting back together again. We're going to love on each other. We're going to learn to love on ourselves. We're going to shed the husks. And guess what? We're going to walk out of there a better person than we walked in, because this world needs more principal chiropractors. This world is suffering. And the only way they're going to get help is by getting clear and getting connected from here throughout. I love and appreciate y'all. See you in 3.5 weeks.